Hello, this is AnlineOffline and welcome back to another Casual's Quick Guide to Call of Duty Mobile. For today's video, we'll be covering the Hades. Named after the Greek god of the underworld, the Hades is a fully automatic, futuristic LMG that's belt-fed with a helical magazine. This unusual weapon debuted in Black Ops 4, and was later added to mobile in Season 7 of 2021. However, a more conventionally modern design was introduced much earlier in the COD franchise. If you remove the Bizon-esque magazine, it resembles FN Style's Minimi. Ernest Vauvier was a firearms designer at FN Style. He fled to the UK and worked for Enfield when the Nazis invaded Belgium. Following the end of World War II, Vauvier returned to FN and co-designed the FAL alongside Bizon-style. He would go on to design the CAL, but would have much more success with the MAG and Minimi machine guns. Both would be adopted and modified by the US military as the M240 and 249 respectively. Having been in active service for the past 4 decades, replacement is inevitable. The US Marines may have adopted the M27 IRA as a partial replacement, but as of 2022, Sig Sauer has developed a new machine gun and a new 6.8mm cartridge to be adopted as the American M250. Base damage per shot is moderate, killing in 4 shots initially, but like with the buff chopper, it will now never take more than 5 shots to kill at long range. The fire rate is relatively modest at around 650 rounds per minute. This, combined with its infinite effective range, makes it one of the fastest killing weapons outside of close range. Headshots deal a high 40% additional damage, but just one will not be enough to affect your time to kill. If you want headshots to count, the rapid-fire barrel slightly increases its initial damage, enough so to potentially achieve a 3-shot kill with a single headshot. Never mind the 30% range penalty, because the faster fire rate of 740 rounds per minute makes it one of the fastest killing weapons at any range. The Hades is overall on the faster end of the LMG class. It's second fastest in terms of movement speed and ADS time, and its weapon swap times are also surprisingly fast. But because it uses a helical magazine instead of being a proper Minimi, ammo capacity is on the lower end, and you'll have to reload quite frequently, especially if you use rapid fire. Reload times are the same regardless if you have an empty mag or still have reserve ammo. Luckily, the hybrid mag offers both more ammo and a faster reload. In terms of accuracy, the Hades has average bloom and less than impressive hipfire. And because the Hades uses the Treyarch-inspired Gunsmith 2.0 system, it doesn't have many attachments for boosting accuracy outside of a single laser. Unlike with ARs that have negligible flinch, LMGs have to be somewhat more concerned in a head-to-head gunfight. Recoil is moderately light and takes a little bit of getting used to, but is accelerated with rapid fire. The iron sights stay true to its previous Minimi incarnations. They're not ideal, but they're usable. But you don't have to if you don't want to, because the Hades returns with its Crossbar attachment, which was its operator mod in Black Ops 4. In exchange for nerfing your ADS bloom and a decreased zoom, it offers faster handling, strafing, and a better hipfire. It's likely an homage to the previous Chainsaw from Ghost, Mauler from Infinite Warfare, and the secret hipfire buff granted to the M249 SAW by the grip attachment in the original Modern Warfare. But unlike with the chopper and its heavy handle attachment, the crossbar does not take away your ability to equip a buttstock or a grip tape. One last thing to note is that the true accuracy stats for the crossbar and aim assist laser are bugged. It should actually be a 30% nerf for the crossbar and a 40% buff to the laser. Before the recent buffs, the Hades was a forgotten weapon since its release. Its time to kill was not impressive, and it had a below average bloom which attachments could not do much about. For months I've wanted to enjoy it, but I've come across issues with its hit detection. As of earlier this year, it seems much more stable. A little while ago I stated that the Hades was better than the chopper. Let me backpedal because this is actually a fair comparison. Base for base, no attachments, the chopper is better. But rapid fire makes it more fair. The Hades would have more mobility and a 3-shot potential, but the chopper would have more ammo and potentially better mid-range performance with a single headshot. Of course, the Hades would be down one attachment. We could go on to compare attachments and specific builds, but that's where the bottom line is. It comes down to personal preference. The original Infinity Ward inspired Gunsmith gives the chopper more options, despite the heavy-handled restrictions on compatible attachments. The Treyarch style Gunsmith has fewer penalties, but because the base Hades is a weaker weapon, some compromises have to be made. But make no mistake, both weapons in base have the fastest killing consistent time to kills. Personally, I would prefer the Hades with rapid fire in non-objective game modes, but without the crossbar because it's misleading. And I would prefer using the chopper for objectives. The new upcoming buff seems nice. Will it see more usage? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. If it becomes an issue, then simply reverting the headshot multiplier back down to 1.2 should be enough. But hey, that's just my opinion. This has been a Casual's quick guide. Feel free to suggest what weapons you want to see covered next. My name is On, and I'm off.